Sounds good.
Okay.
I'll hit them!
Have you finished saying your goodbye?
Yeah! Also,
Yes, she did. Our plan is not child. I hope this is clear to you.
huh? Shouldn't you be...
Didn't we already do that during the...
You can never have enough work...
In that case, Candace can cuddle you to your heart's content. We all have our jobs to do, after all. It's like... Of course. Compared to the mercenaries. But the advantage of not being a mercenary is that I get to stay in a safer place and offer my strategic Just think about that mercenary who lost his mind. Mercenary groups are facing constant danger every single...
Well, being a scholar is also a high-risk occupation.
I'm not like the rest of them. Even among members of the same species.
This guy. Paimon still remembers when those mercenaries in Port Ormos called you a lunatic.
All intellectuals are lunatics in the eyes of fools. I'll take that as a compliment. That reminds me. Do you remember the record we saw in the King Deshret ruins? It mentioned forbidden knowledge. You have a good memory. Forbidden knowledge has the power to drive people insane, but this fact has never been shared with the public. Even I, who has worked in the But the academia has always held a different view. They have always believed that symptoms of madness are a side effect of... Come to think of it, perhaps the academia has also never understood the true nature of forbidden knowledge, and the withering, Elazar, and the sandstorms. Don't you think what is happening right now across Sumeru is rather similar to the forbidden knowledge
But Paimon thought that Irminsul's disease is what caused... At least, that's what... Wait a second.
Ah, you've connected the dots. The cause of Irminsul's illness...
But if that's the case, what should we...
Wait. Why do you think Lesser Lord Kusanali would have a solution to this situation?
You mean, it's related to the scene you saw when you passed out in the Avidia forest? That whole... the world forget me thing?
In that... To make sure we're still on track, I would like...
Where are we going?
To an Eremite base.
Into the wind. The wind knows me. Into the wind. The wind knows me. Time to go. One with nature.
Oh, you made it.
Huh? What are they doing?
I gave them some...
Ah, it's the scribe. And is that the traveler I see?
How's the work going?
Ah, yes! We have fixed the devices according to your instructions. One of them is already ready for...
Aren't those devices for can knowledge extract?
Look here.
Huh?
What's that look on your face? Are you scared?
Paimon's a little scared.
Anyway, we're not going to use this just yet. As I mentioned during the meeting, this knowledge capsule contains a decree Traveler, I I want you to record something into this. Do you believe we can save Lesser Lord Kusanali? Good. Now, please get ready and put on this device.
You want us to record our conviction into the knowledge capsule?
Yes,
Paimon,
I understand. But trust me, Paimon, because to achieve this impossible task, it sounds like you'll need to fool your own.
Paimon can see the point you're trying to make.
Imagine this. We have orchestrated our plan and successfully rescued Lesser Lord. Everything went without a hitch, and everyone wrecked. Now, open your eyes. Here,
What's this?
read it out loud. It's done.
Is your head okay? Does anything hurt?
It's just a recording. There should be no negative effects.
But what was the point of...
And that's perfectly fine.
Huh?
Have you forgotten? Our plan needs to account for those who have long relied on. You may find it hard to believe, but for those people, everything the Akasha transmits to them is nothing Imagine if you've been using a device like the Akasha since the day you were born. And this device has always supported you during times of need. After all that time, what do you think you'd become?
Uh,
A slave to orders. And that's why rules are so important. In addition, those who understand the rules can delineate boundaries.
But why would you need to identify the gray...
You could say that those kinds of ambiguous zones can be very interesting. One might even say they're advantageous in the right hands.
Things you're interested in are really out there.
Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. I'm going to take those two to work on some small projects. You can head to Caravan Rebot and start preparing for
Small projects?
We're going to tinker with the Akasha terminal.
Clear weather all around brightens the heart.
I thought we agreed on a plan.
The plan is too radical and carries a high risk for casualties.
But it's still the best plan we have.
I did. And that's how I saw the danger behind these so-called...
Huh? Why are you guys arguing?
My friend, you're just in time.
We agreed to work out a plan at the meeting. As mercenaries, you're familiar with the local environment, so you'll take care of this. Had I known all Hatham would give you those kinds of...
Look, you already know.
Mercenaries place a lot of importance on their bonds of friendship, but also will not hesitate.
Seems you really do understand the...
Traveler, Paimon. This is also something... Rahman's plan is to have me work with a...
Wait, how can we work with the...
We can't get through that wall easily, remember? Caravan Rebot would... My plan will clear us of any possible suspicion, and also let it...
That also sounds like something...
Doesn't Al-Haytham know how...
Of course he does. He told me, there is no perfect plan. He also said that with the help of Sino and the Traveler, our chance of I never blindly trust anyone, and I've always had a good eye for people.
If I make the arrests alone, I can control myself and prevent you from getting hurt. To make the whole thing more convincing, you'll need to resist to some degree. I'm okay with the deaths of enemies.
I can't believe a Matro would actually care about us. I've lived a hard life, and I can say that people like you...
I've always treated my allies with honor.
Now you're making this hard for me.
Hey, is there something we can do to help? We can help fight some of the mercenaries, which should reduce the number of times you'll have...
Sino, on behalf of my people, I thank you for your kindness. We have no fear of casualties, because we crave the spoils of victory. So please...
Well, now that you've put it that way, I can no longer refuse. But remember, You need to follow the plan and not do anything, since you and I both recognize the significance of this operation. There should be no more animosity between the followers of the Dendro Archon and those of King Deshret.
Okay, you have a deal. Let...
The guards should be stationed in the courtyard nearby. You can find them there. Guards!
General Mahamatra! To what do we owe the honor?
Keep your voice down. This is a secret op.
Ah, of course. But who exactly?
They're a squad of Eremites whose number is comparable to Ain el Akhmar in Port Ormos. They're involved in the theft and resale of supplies.
As many as Ain al Akhmar. This should definitely be classified.
Then I suggest that you report this to your superiors as soon as possible.
Got it. Please wait a moment. I'll contact them immediately.
Because this is work. Because I trust...
Paimon can't believe you're still in the mood. Aren't you even a little worried? What if these guards, even if that guard doesn't know, they're superior?
We discussed this, remember?
The Caravan Rebot operation is of great importance. But don't worry, the guards there shouldn't know that Sino has stepped down.
How can you be so sure?
First, the other Matras still don't know why Sino has left, which proves that the Academia has been covering.
Second, this is a crucial moment for the Academia's God creation plan. If something were to, no matter how you look at it, they don't seem
A reasonable inference. I agree.
Which brings us to our next issue. I'm sure some of you have been wondering if the prediction function of the Akasha...
The Akasha is still in operation, so I must... Actually, considering the power of the Akasha, it's quite strange.
I've given that a lot of thought. For now, I don't think you'll need to worry. If you remember, when you first came to Aru Village, all your actions and routes were predicted by the Akasha. It even gave that information to those who kidnapped the village keepers, but things like that never happened again after we met up with the Traveler.
That's true. But why?
Look at it from a different angle.
Because my personal data has been entered into the Akasha.
That's true, but the key to this question is, how well can the Akasha make predictions about a person? Haven't you ever thought about it? Just how can it do this?
Because the Akasha controls...
The Academia firmly believes that all human actions can be explained through logic.
By sorting and analyzing entered data, the Akasha can derive behavioral logic and predict the actions of those who fit in However, at the risk of sounding like an advocate for fallacies, can everyone... Emotions are part of our behavioral logic. But can you guarantee that every experience of the same joy or pain would be equally intense? How can our feelings and opinions be predictable? Sino, in the past, you've always worked alone. In the absence, decisive and principled, you were used to solving problems alone. That's why the Akasha could figure you out. But now, you've joined. Our thoughts and logic have intermingled and weaved themselves. The Akasha lacks data on these interactions, and it's impossible for it to predict your actions in the future based on your decisions. So, in my opinion...
Makes sense to me. I agree. The Akasha is not alive, and I don't think we can be completely controlled by something without a mind of its own.
Is that so? I guess there are things that even the Akasha cannot calculate, and people will not be forever trapped.
Paimon's so glad that...
Next time, pay attention during...
Will do.
Just remember to stay vigilant.
Footsteps!
General Mahamatra, we were not expecting your presence here. I'm the security officer of the Great Red Sand District.
This is my assistant, the Traveler. She will be work-
Beep! Construct! Beep!
What a great honor to meet you. Your golden hair is as bright as the sun.
Have you made a decision regarding the matter I mentioned?
It seems to be a dire situation, so of course you will have our full
There's no need for flattery.
Yes, sir.
Take your most elite platoon and follow me to the eastern side of the district. We will carry out the operation there.
Understood.
Map.
Hurry, bring the map.
In 2 days, we will engage Rahman's Eremites and capture all of them. Any questions?
None at all, sir.
Good. See you then.
Yes, sir.
Maybe hanging around the General Mahamatra isn't so bad after all. Everyone's so respectful towards...
This is all due to the absolute authority of the Get ready.
It's time for the operation! Let's go meet Sino in the desert!
Time to go.
Look! Over there! Our helpers have arrived already! Let's hurry over!
Wait a moment.
Ah! Oh, it's you!
You're my assistant, remember? Being my assistant, you must stay with me. Now let's head over there.
It's General Mahamatra and his assistants.
We meet again.
You're here early.
It's to show how important we think the operation is. Since this is a big case for the Academia, we are prepared to give it our best.
I'm glad to hear your sense of resolve. Remember, they are our only leads for the case. If they die, we will be unable to
Understood.
Everyone! The Eremites are approaching from the west!
Make preparations and be ready for combat. Halt!
Oh? What a warm welcome! What are you... Judging from those shiny weapons in your hands, it seems like you're not interested in a deal.
Rahman, the Academia has caught wind of your smuggling and illicit sales.
Who are you supposed to be? A Matra from the
I'm not here to talk.
Oh. Nobody's given me this much time of day since I became a mercenary. Brothers! For that slight, let's
Time to go. Into the wind. wind knows me.
Gather! This is order.
One with nature.
Higher, higher, pants on fire!
The wind knows me. As one with wind and cloud. Into the wind.
It's over.
We have subdued them. The operation is now over. All Aramite mercenaries and related personnel in the area have been arrested.
You pitiful Dendro Archon dogs! You'll regret this!
I'm afraid you'll regret it first.
King Jeshret will curse you, and you will all...
Silence!
Oh,
Restrain them and take them back to Caravan Rebot. Count their numbers and send them to the Academia as instructed by the General.
Yes, sir!
Mahamatra Sino. I will now...
Understood. You are dismissed.
There they go.
Let's talk elsewhere.
This part of the plan went really well.
Yes, things went perfectly.
That's fantastic! And that punch you gave Ramon there?
Once we're done here, I'll return to Caravan Rebot and oversee the group's transport.
Yeah, you're the...
It's not... Go join up with her. She will need you to introduce her to Tainari.
Speaking of which, is it really okay?
I have a very close relationship with Tainari. If we need help, Tainari is... Get ready for the next phase of the plan. Don't keep them waiting.
Solidify!
One with nature. Time to go. The wind knows me. Into the wind.
Dia! We're here!
It's about time. Didn't you say our part of the plan is the most important of all? And here you come rolling in late. In the time it took you to get here, I already did 5 laps around the...
Sorry. We didn't mean to keep you waiting.
I just wanted to fix your attitude and rub it in a little. After all, you took your sweet time getting here, and we've got important stuff to take care of. I just like seeing that serious look on your face. All right, I'll stop. All joking aside, I'm glad you're here. Let's get moving and take care of this as soon as possible.
But where should we...
Our responsibility is to get a status update on the Fatui. Dealing with an institution that controls all of Sumeru is already hard enough. If the doctor were to crash the party, it would be next.
Yeah, we sure don't want him showing up.
Right? Hearing his name just reminds me of those stuffy old geezers in the academia. I'd rather not have to deal with someone like that. According to the plan, we should first go to Pardis DI and ask for Forest Watcher Tainari. If all Hatham and Sino's sources are solid, then we can be sure that Tainari still has the Academia's trust. So, we'll find Tainari and convince him to get us the latest intel on the doc. The sages have placed spies everywhere on the You should be honored. I don't offer my services to just...
But Paimon thought mercenaries would do anything for Mora.
That's certainly true. But when multiple employers are vying for your...
How much more do you want? Paimon's not sure we can afford it.
How much do I want? Hey, how about paying me with a smile? What do you say? I haven't seen you smiling much recently. Come on, give me a smile so that I can... Looking good! There are many kinds of smiles, but only a truly joyous one. Let's go. It's time to pay a visit.
Time to go.
He's over there! Let's go say hi! Tainari!
Ah, Traveler, Paimon.
Hey there.
This is our friend Dia. She's...
A mercenary? You must have some big news for me.
It's something really important. Please...
All right. Then... This place is better. We won't be disturbed by any passerby. Okay, what is this important thing you want to ask me? The doctor, huh?
He's that strange-looking Fatui Harbinger with the map!
Yes, I know him. Actually, he left Pardis DI just a little while ago.
He left already?
Yeah, he came looking for me.
Can I ask what it was about? Sorry to ask you like this after having just met. For now, all we can share with you is that your friend Sino is working with us.
Sino, you say? I see. So that's why he hasn't been... Okay. I will answer your questions and will assist you any way I can.
Sino's name really does work wonders. You're not...
Despite having just met you, I can sense that you're the serious type. Between you, the Traveler, and Sino, you don't need to tell me anything you don't want to. I'll also get straight to the point. The Harbinger you mentioned came to me because he wanted to take the scholar Hypatia away with him.
Hypatia? Why would he want her?
And what do you mean by take away? Is he planning to leave Sumeru?
Yes. He told me his return to Snezhnaya is imminent. So you mean... you're...
Indeed. Otherwise, we could have perhaps talked a little more. I was just about to set out when I remembered something important. To that end, I made a final trip to Pardis. Let me ask, have you been taking care of a scholar by the name of Hypatia?
Your sources are accurate. No doubt because you recruited many informants.
Forgive me for asking, but how's the treatment coming along?
Given the way you're asking,
Since you asked, I'll be frank. I would like to take Hypatia...
It's incredibly difficult to transfer a patient. As a scholar yourself, shouldn't you at least be aware of this?
Oh? I can't believe your utter lack of faith in me, to the point of even questioning my general level of...
Well, you're the only one who's ever made such a request.
I have my ways of keeping her safe during the journey. In addition, I can also promise that under my care, I will personally supervise her treatment and see to her recovery.
Hypatia was born in Sumeru and remains a scholar of the Academia. Her situation has not become dire enough to necessitate her transfer to another nation. Transporting her to Snezhnaya is risky, and the potential benefits are unknown. As the person currently responsible for her treatment, I cannot possibly sign off on this transfer. Your suggestion is rude and reckless. I'll pass. I don't know much about the doctor, but after talking with him, I realized that, just like many other scholars, he possesses an aura of arrogance. It's not so much that he's looking down on others, but more that he's so confident in himself and his abilities, to a point of near insanity. I would never refer a patient to someone like him. I prepared myself for a protracted battle of wits, and was really surprised to see him just give up on the topic. Still, his reaction really concerned me.
I see. Of course, your opinion makes perfect sense. You're still young, but already quite stubborn. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't just let you off the hook like this. But unfortunately, I'm in a hurry today, what with Her Most Noble Majesty the Tsaritsa calling for our return. Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave. It's just as the Academia said. You're a responsible and gifted scholar, and that's also why people like you can never realize that sooner or later, everyone must pay the price for what they've learned.
He asked a question, yet didn't care. He never came off as malicious, but an utter lack of compassion.
I can barely believe it myself. But if that's true, the situation will be in our favor.
I don't think I missed any details.
Sorry we can't tell you everything. We appreciate that you helped us anyway. I won't forget your kindness.
It's okay. I have an obligation to do so. To be perfectly honest, recently my master wrote several letters to me, asking me to...
Hasn't he already asked you several times before?
Yes, but there's something off about this most recent... My master will occasionally leave a few dots on the back of the letter. One dot means that he wrote the letter on a sunny day. This has been a habit of his for many years. But I didn't find any dots in his recent letters. I believe...
I get it. Since you are always at Gandharvaville, you would like me, someone already working at the Academia, to investigate.
I'd like to ask you to do that for me. If you can keep yourself safe, please withdraw immediately.
I can do that, but I have a feeling it won't be that simple. The Academia has been working on a big project. I'm not quite sure what it is, but your master might be involved with it. If the higher-ups really are hiding something, then it will be difficult to remove myself from this. If the situation becomes critical, I'll leave the Academia. If you don't see me there for an extended period, that's your cue.
All right, we've got a plan. I'll stay at Gandharvaville to support you.
If that scenario comes to pass, you must be extra vigilant. And be wary of any messages or direct requests from the Academia.
I must say, I didn't expect a warning like this from the General.
Being loyal to the Academia doesn't mean blindly doing whatever the sages say. I know what I'm doing. On that note, aren't you also being quite distrustful of your alma mater?
The Academia, yes, but my master is a man of integrity. Even when I suppose he's lucky to have lasted so long.
I see. So you noticed...
This may well be how Sino became involved in all this. Also, if you run into Sino again, please help me. I think this may be something he needs to.
Okay, we'll find a chance to tell him.
Thanks.
Right. Now let's go hunt down. Oh, by the way, which way did the doctor go when he left Pardis Eye?
That way.
Gotcha. Thanks so much. We'll be on our way. According to Tainari, the doctor is leaving Sumeru soon. I want to check if the doctor was actually telling the truth. He also said that he'll take care of... Just to be safe, let's chase him and see what we find.
But we have no idea where he went. How can we start chasing him?
We'll do it the mercenary way. That Harbinger may have tried to cover his trail, but he still left some traces. Or perhaps he never even thought about concealing his whereabouts. Maybe that's just how arrogant he really is. Yep, we're headed in the right direction. The traces are still fresh, but there's no sign of his entourage. Clearly they're in a hurry. It's just as I thought. We can stop here. I think I know where the doctor went. To the south of here is Port Ormos, which seems to be where they're headed.
Port Ormos? They're going to leave by...
That's right. Let's go to the...
Stabilize! Clouds high. The birds call!
Cross over!
Brings a smile to my face. Time to go.
Want a taste of my hammer? So troublesome.
One with nature. The wind knows me. One with nature. Time to go. I follow the wind.
Shh! Don't draw there. The port is crawling with Fatui soul.
Let's keep going and see what we can find.
Now this is a proper farewell ceremony for a Snezhnayan Harbinger.
The Lord Harbinger is leaving. I've still only seen him once or twice.
I used to hold a position in our homeland, and back then, the doctor spoke in a very different way from the way he speaks now. Maybe the way people talk in Sumeru has rubbed off on him? It's always like that when you spend too long away from home. When he gets back to Snezhnaya, perhaps it will also take him some time to get used to the life there again.
Huh? But, sir, that can't be right.
No, I remember it like it was yesterday. Both his expressions and tones are now very different. Also, for some reason, he seems like he's all smiles now.
You must be mistaken. Nobody's supposed to look happy when they're on a business trip.
The doctor is on that boat. So he told the truth after all. He is actually leaving Sumeru. Let's get closer and find a place to hide so we can observe him. This place will do. We can hide here while we keep an eye on the... Huh? Is he wave?
It's time to say goodbye.
Wait, is he the only...
You mean...
And where are all the soldiers we saw in the port just now?
They were all here just a few minutes ago. But now...
So this was a trap. Wait, don't tell me that...
Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave.
Oh no. They might be after Hypatia. Let's get back to Party's DI.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm afraid that she's seen something that she wasn't supposed to see. If I were the Fatui, I would also try to take her away.
Oh no! Are you saying they're going to...
Let's go!
Party's DI is not a place you fit.
I believe we've already made ourselves quite clear. Our superior gave us permission to search for and collect
But you've been in Sumeru for some time already. I find it...
Even the Grand Sage himself may not have the right to question our research, much less an ordinary scholar. I've done my duty to inform you. Don't
It would seem that my words have fallen on deaf... You can keep trying to deny it, but coming to Party's DI now? I'm pretty sure you're not...
With all due respect, your baseless speculations will only lead to unnecessary trouble.
Well, you only have your Harbinger to blame. He knows I may be staying at Party's DI as a scholar, but that doesn't mean I'm no longer a Forest Watcher. It is still my duty to protect the peace and safety of the scholars.
Then it seems our conversation had...
No one will lay a hand on you, Hypatia. Not on my watch.
Tainari, are you alright?
I'm fine.
These Fatui have really crossed the line. Time to teach them a lesson.
There's no use resisting! Give us Hypatia!
Keep dreaming.
Yeah, Tainari, beat him up! Higher, higher, pants on fire!
I will end you. Solidify! I will have order!
No, my sword!
Send this quickly!
This isn't good!
Send this quickly!
Into the wind.
Quit it! Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power of Guwa.
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves, adorn my night! Unfortunate fault.
The doctor's orders are absolute!
Yeah? You've been someone's lapdog for so long that you don't know anything else now.
Stabilize!
One with nature.
I will end you. This isn't good. Prepare this.
Into the wind.
We're not getting anywhere. Traveler, Paimon, please go to Hypatia. We need to make sure they don't try to sneak around and attack from behind.
Got it! Hypatia's still here. Doesn't look like anyone's broken. Well, how is she? Oh, that's good.
So, you think this is over?
What? The Balladeer is here?
I've missed that look of abject horror. You've given me that look every time we meet.
But, where is he?
I can hear all of your thoughts, you know. Don't you remember? I already saw you the first time you came to Party's DI and made contact with... I didn't need to do anything. It is her honor to be able to connect her consciousness with me.
Who are you talking to? It can't be that.
I know you must be curious. I might as well tell you that I decided to enter Hypatia's consciousness the moment I sensed... I wanted to observe you on a fool's errand.
Hey, Traveler! What are you doing?
My deification is nearly complete. All that's left now are just some final details. Do you understand? Even if you manage to rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali, it will be impossible for you to defeat a bona fide god like me. Is it wise to force that child? Scholars consider the God of Wisdom to be the sum total of their faith. It's how they can justify reverence for... But this also shows that humanity's worship of gods... Yes. Yeah, I'm in a good mood. Which is why I'm talking to you like this. What do you mean? Those words almost make you sound, but you're wrong. I'm different from all of you. I was born to become a god. My entire life up until this point has just been a meaningless routine. Just think about a sheet of paper. By itself, it holds no meaning. All I had recorded down before were some painful memories and boring human feelings. Such senseless drivel should have been erased a long time ago. Indeed, to me, the sight of you fools in your futile struggles is far more amusing. Tell me, just what has this... I'm connected to your consciousness, so I can... This is a good conversation we're having. So here's a word of advice. Let go of your misguided guardian complex. You know nothing about the truth. It'll be for your own good, as well as everyone else's. Ah, you've seen my affection for her. If you were in she peered into my consciousness and saw my past. Someone like that is... All gods need followers. So Hypatia has been chosen. Her appearance heralds my imminent arrival at the throne of divinity, while her worship shall become... You're doubting me again? No matter. Soon, you'll know what... Who wants to hurt my devout follower? The doctor wants to hurt my first follower? How very amusing. Has anyone ever told you that you're not... The doctor has never known his place. Even now, the puny human thinks himself capable. You're still too naive if you think a few words will be enough to convince me to destroy the doctor. But I'm willing to give you a gift. It is an honor for you to be able to stand here and speak with me. As my listener, you will be rewarded. Both good things and bad things can be called gifts. After all, gods have never...
Paimon hears thunder! That person Paimon couldn't see was the Palantir? Oh, he sure chatted with you for a while. Where is the storm headed? That means anyone outside is in danger! Oh! Have the Fatui retreated? Hey!
He's hurt.
I'm fine.
Don't move.
Struck by...
We were fighting, and just as things started looking grim, the weather suddenly became extremely strange. Lightning started attacking everyone. Luckily, there were only two of us, and both of us were nimble enough to dodge most of the strikes. There were a lot of Fatui, though, and they were being torn...
With that, all the Fatui soldiers were forced to retreat. My wound aside...
Hey, didn't I tell you not to move?
Just in case. Let's... Thank goodness she's fine.
Hey, how about taking care...
I understand my condition.
Ugh. The more you understand medicine, the worse of a patient you become.
I know. They always think they can...
Oh, he sat down.
Let me rest for a bit. So...
So that's what you were talking to the balladeer about? Oh, Paimon...
The Academia's... God creation plan.
That sounds, ambitious, I guess? Anyway, this is all way beyond me. As long as I can enjoy every day with a drink in my hand, tasty food in my stomach, I must be the...
Don't say that.
Don't mention it. Well, if nothing else, all this proves that the doctor really did have some maybe the Fatui want to cover up some secret of the balladeer.
You said the balladeer claims that Hypatia has seen his past. So...
Have you noticed? The balladeer is not happy with the doctor's actions. He thinks the doctor has no right to consider...
So, if the doctor was to show up again, would the balladeer...
Based on what the traveler has said, I think he would. Having the doctor gone benefits him as well as us. In other words, we've successfully completed this stage of the plan. The doctor is out of the picture now.
Yay! That's a big accomplishment!
I'm also happy for you.
Thank you for the help, Tainari. Make sure you rest up for now.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, that wraps things up for us here at Pardis DI. Let's continue to keep a low profile. You can head...